This is the baritone. At the moment, I'm kind of, the cool thing about releasing two is that, I suppose for songwriting purposes, you can go between the two guitars, but also it's nice because you sort of go into a baritone mood sometimes, or should I say like I didn't design a baritone so that I could play like heavy, genty music. Of course you can, because you can tune down to drop A. For me, it was, any time you play a baritone, right? You know when you play like a normal pop chord progression or something, but it just sounds better because it's down in like B standard. Well, that was the whole inspiration. I was like, like all the songs that, write in a standard tuning, just try and transpose them onto baritone and just, they might sound better. And they have done. Some songs we've written now in baritone.
It's very, very interesting. And many, like, typical chord progressions, what you told, like a typical, like a pop, something, A minor, F, C, whatever, G, 7.
But it just sounds way better.
It's like, on a baritone, you play it with like a sort of a finger picking. It's like, wow.
Yeah, super
warm. But on reverb and lay back and like, oh my God.
Exactly, which is all I enjoy doing when I play guitar these days. But, yeah, and so the inspiration with, I suppose, the scale length, of course this is exactly the same setup guitar except for it's got a hardtail and it's longer. The pickup, I should mention, is just, the only difference is a black cover. Right. Other than that, it's identical to this. But the reason I went for a 28-inch scale was, if you remember the band Stained.
Yeah.
So Mike Mushak had a signature Ibanez guitar, and it was the M1 or something, and it was like a natural finished S-type guitar, and it was 28-inch scale.
All right.
And I searched far and wide for years to find one of these guitars, because he moved to PRS and they stopped making them. I never found one, but I got a chance to play on one a few times when my friends had one. And it was just amazing. It was such a nice guitar in every way that when I was presented with the opportunity to do my own baritone, I went, well, I know that I really like the way it plays and feels, so make sure it's got the same sort of scale length. So that was that. But yeah, I think it's a good scale length because, again, I didn't really want to have to use a wound G string. I liked the idea that the interface is exactly the same as a normal scale. So by making it a bit longer, you can put on, these are 12 to 60, or you can put 12 to 68, which is what I normally use.
Oh, right.
But it feels like a guitar with 10s on in standard tuning down here. So you don't have to have the wound G, and therefore it feels very different to a normal guitar. That was the whole point. But yeah, I'll show you what it sounds like. It's
Sure.
So if I give you bridge. Which is really nice, but as soon as you go, everyone just wants to hear it with this now. Kind of thing.
It just sounds so different.
It's brutal, isn't it? Yeah.
It's so stiff and like punchy and fast and straight.
Yeah.
For the reason,
and I think that, as well as the wood, makes it.
Yeah.
It doesn't sort of quack as much. It's got a really thick sound to it, which I really like.
It's really enjoyable to hear.
Nice.
Oh.
But then again, the main reason that I enjoy it is for position 2, that kind of. Sounds nice.
Could you just keep on playing? And somebody grab me a coffee. Oh man, it's so hard to get a unique sound, and I really think that, especially with this neck pickup, this combination, I would recognize this guitar or your normal scale length guitar pretty easily. Like
that's really good to know.
It has something of like Andy Timmons.
Oh, okay,
sound,
yeah. I'm a fan of Andy Timmons,
Super sound.
Yeah, man, thank you. I mean, again, I wanted to avoid it being overtly signature because, like, you know, with all due respect to guys like Vi and stuff, you know it's a Vi guitar when you see it. Whereas if someone has, which to be fair is more likely than not, is they're gonna have absolutely no idea who I am. So like when you walk into a guitar shop and you see this guitar hanging on the wall, you're not gonna go, oh well, that's a signature guitar.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You might, if you're a fan of what I do personally, then cool. But if you're not, you might just look at this and go, oh, that's a cool guitar. I'm gonna check it out, see what I think, and then look into it maybe. On top of the fact that it is the most expensive in the Chapman guitar range.
Oh, yeah. The baritone one or both?
Both. And the main reason is, I'm looking at the camera now, all you YouTubers out there, the main reason that is the case is the spec. Because when they said you can make anything you want, well, of course, in my mind, I was like, okay, proper maple cap, you know, stainless steel frets, like exotic wood neck, lucky tuners.
Built out of gold.
Yeah. So I spec'd the hell out of it. And this is the most affordable we could make it, especially, you know, we don't use distributors. So, you know, if this was any other brand, I suppose you're looking closer to 2,000 euros. Yeah. Something
16,
like that.
17, 18.
Yeah, easy. So, you know, that is, because I've seen a few people have sort of said, wow, that's, you know, a big jump up. And, well, yeah, but then again, it's got all the bells and whistles.
Yeah.
You know, with custom spec pickups and all the rest of it. So hopefully the sound did it justice. I hope.
It's okay, you know. Oh man, there's the normal ML1 Baritone existing, which is on the wall right there.
Yeah,
sure. I can grab that if I have a stand for it. This one, no, you don't.
We're
but I have 2 hands.
The magical hand.
The magical hand. Just my cable. So, this is what I'm talking about. Which one came out first, and which were the decisions, like, you know, to keep them different?
Okay,
ways and
so Chapman weren't going to do a baritone originally. When it came time to do the new signature model, I was actually looking at a different brand baritone because I wanted one for so long, and Chapman weren't making baritone. So I remember I was messaging Rob like, oh, check this out, I think I'm picking this up, and he was like, hey mate, it's about time you're doing your new guitars. Why don't you just make a baritone as well? So I said, okay, yeah, absolutely.
Sure, I'm in.
yeah. So this was the first design. The prototypes of these two came years ago, a couple of years ago now. And then when we decided to overhaul the whole range, then the question came in about a baritone standard version, which seemed like a no-brainer. And yeah, basically, it's more or less. I think the scale length is the same, but. Yeah, other than that, it's a different beast. It's an alder body, which is the same as mine.
All right, so
but it's got
just an ash
veneer,
top.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And we got a maple neck with Mikasa ebony fretboard. So it does sound different. Just to give you a demonstration of the different sound. So you've got, this is how this one sounds. Like that. Which is pretty monstrous. And then we should hear a bit of a difference between the two. Less high end.
And more barky.
It's more barky. Yeah. It's probably due to, I don't really know what that's due to, but it does sound a little bit different. It's lighter as well. But I think the difference is that that's got more articulation, it's a bit more percussive, which is exactly what I expect it to do. So although they sound fairly similar, and the cool thing about this guitar as well, the standard baritone, is it's a beast. It's really, really fun to play. It feels like a different guitar to this one. But it's got some killer, it just feels really good. then you can do that. So you can gent it if you want to. And we made sure that this had a coil split so you could get that genty mid thing.
Yeah.
I didn't really want to do that with this because I don't really play gent.
It's your signature.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
you do what you want.
Yeah, exactly.
It doesn't work for you. So I guess just say goodbye.
Yeah.
And
well, thank you very much for having me, man.
Really awesome. I had such a blast, and it was really cool to hear all the nice little details and new informations directly from you.
Yeah.
Of course, you had most to do with it, and congratulations to your really awesome guitars.
Yeah, well, thank you very much for having me. It's been a lot of fun to chat actually about the guitars. This is the first interview I've done on my guitars. So thank you very much.
Actually on your guitar?
Yeah.
Oh, well, you're very welcome.
Awesome.
Cool. All right, guys, take it easy. We'll be back every Thursday with new guitar videos. And please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, which appears somewhere at the end of this video. And this way you will not miss any cool new stuff coming up.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll even see this guy here in the future. Who knows? Maybe. You find it out. Thanks again, and let's just jam out.
Awesome. Yeah, high five.
Hey man, awesome.
That was awesome.
Ah, that was great.